Hey, are you tired of every time you need to fill up your PCP air gun, you have to run back to a compressor or a hand pump? Me too. My name is David. This is Simply Airguns. Today, I'm going to talk about filling up these little tanks. I've been filling this up with a little single stage compressor, which is really a little small. I only fill this up to 3625 because I have a tendency right now to tether this to a couple of my air guns, and that's all the pressure that they're rated for. But this tank is rated for 4,500 psi. Just going to 3,600, it takes a while, and I've got to cycle the compressor several times. So my thought was to go with a dual stage compressor. We'll see if this won't be a little faster. I'm not real big into unboxing, but this was roughed up a little bit on the corners, and what I want to do is kind of show whether they packaged this well enough to survive shipping or not. I'm not going to make you suffer through taking it out of the package. The fact that you saw the package is damaged is enough for me. Let me get this out of the package to save you the time and the noise. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm not going to get real elaborate with this, but look at the thickness of the cardboard that they used, and it is packaged in addition to that with a lot of foam. So I'm pretty sure, even more cardboard over here, I'm pretty sure this is going to be okay, but let me get it out of the box and we'll take a closer look together. All right. I don't see any evidence at all of any wrinkles on the case, so it survived the shipping in very good condition. I want to say one thing real quick. This is not as portable as it looks. Weight wise, it's a pretty heavy thing. It's not that you can't do it, but you got to put a little grunt into it. Haven't taken the cases off, obviously, so let me get this thing plugged in. We'll do a couple of preliminary tests. All right, I'm going to put a timer on this, and all I'm going to do, I'm going to pump this up somewhere in the vicinity of 3,600 psi. That other fan, if you were hearing that, is my power converter in the RV. Gets a little bit loud. It's hot in here. So I'm going to start this. We're going to see how long it takes it to pump up to give or take 3,600 psi, and I will check the gauge with another gauge in a minute. But it's going to get loud about now. All right, so I'm going to step back a little bit, so hopefully I can filter this out. I'm looking at, 13-ish seconds, and I'll verify the pressure on this in a minute. Those are the numbers that I want to hang on to, because later on, if I think the thing's running a little bit slow, I will reference this. I'll write it on a little sticky note somewhere and show how long it took to pump up. And that's with this little small filter on here. So let me get a bigger filter on here. Hopefully you're hearing me. I don't think that built up enough heat to worry about the fan right this second. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a filter on here. I prefer using filters. I think it's a good idea. I'm in a pretty dry climate, And what I've got on here right now, I've just got a this little inline filter. This filter, oops, that's not a deadhead, that's a fill probe. And I'm going to put this on here. This is a micro bore hose. So we'll see. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put a pressure gauge on here. And we'll see where this has already got a deadhead in it. So we'll see if I guesstimated somewhere around 3,600 psi. I keep in mind I'm having to fill up this filter before this pressure builds up. And there is a backup in here for the bleeders. And let me reset my timer. I think the timer is visible. We'll make sure. And we're going to go turn on the fan. As soon as the fan spools up, I'll start this. Alright, I got everything hooked up now. I've got this set at what I think is about 3,500 psi. This filter takes a little while to fill up. So we're going to start this, and when the fan gets wound up, I'm going to start the compressor. I'm going to close all of the bleeders except this one right here. Leave that one open to start it. Once I get it started, I start the timer, and we'll see how long it takes it. This is got the same capacity as some of my small air guns. This will have to fill up to 2,000 psi before the gauge starts to respond. It's got a deal in here so you can bleed the water off without completely bleeding the system down. So let's go ahead and fire it up. We'll see what it does. Then I will fill up an air gun. It's up to 1,200. No, it's 1,000. It's about 1,500. 1,800. Somewhere along in here, it should kick this gauge on. There it goes. And we'll see how long it takes to get to 3,500. Oh, my best guess at it. Well, I would say that's a pretty good guess. I'll try to zoom in on that if I can. So let me bleed this down and let me grab an air gun, and we'll see what it does. All right, I'm going to fill up the Penty Striker, and it's sitting on about 90 bar right now. If you can see that, I don't know. And let's get her up here and get it started. And again, this should stop at right at 3,500 psi, just under 250 bar. All right, so let's see. Close that, close this one. And start the fans. And yes, this does vibrate. All right, I don't know where the camera cut off. It was at 3 minutes and 49 seconds. I took a screenshot. I'll throw that up on the screen. If you can see that, it's just a tad over the red on here. Now I'm going to fill up the bottle, and we'll see how long it takes to fill up the bottle. All right, I think I have everything set up, and what we're going to do is going to fill this bottle to roughly 36.25, and I've got a gauge on here to verify that amount. What I'm currently doing is using this as a tether, so I'm not filling it up to the full 4,500 psi. Right now it's at about 2,000, and keeping in mind this filter won't open up until it gets to about 2,000 psi, so we won't immediately see a reflection on the gauge. The purpose for that, there's a backflow valve in there so that you can occasionally bleed the water off when you're pumping up something that's going to be a prolonged run time without completely emptying the filter. So let's get this started. And I'll step away here so you can hear me a little bit better. I will speed this up starting now. And now the current temperature is 39.5 degrees C, which is, I'll put up on the screen the Fahrenheit, and it's currently 83 degrees inside the RV. On a step in the other room here. On a cooler day, this would, I'm pretty sure, fill up a little faster with cool air than it does with warm air. Just a side note. Forgot I've got a privacy screen on my phone. If you haven't ever used a privacy screen, those things work really well. About 3,200 psi. I put it on that pad so it wouldn't vibrate the table as much, and now it moves because the pad moves. I'm now showing 41 degrees C. If this were on a carpeted floor, I don't think there would be any movement from it at all. So that's just under 3,600 PSI. All right, so you heard all that, you saw all that, and what I did as a follow-up, and I didn't figure you'd want to watch the thing run, and I look at it this way: you either trust me or you don't. So what I did is I finished filling up the bottle from 3,600 to 4,500, and that was the time, 11 minutes 49.44 seconds. So 11 minutes and 50 seconds. And I'll throw the pressure on the pressure gauge and the temperature. I'll throw that up here on the screen. But there's any point in you watching that, just burning your time. So that would, if you add that to the beginning of it, that should be pretty accurate, because what I did is I turned the compressor. Of course, you got to bleed it to turn it back on. So I bled the compressor, bled the air out of it. Then I started the pump back up, and when it got back to 3,600, so I wasn't refilling the bottle again. So this would be like if I made a full fill. In theory, it should be about the same, only it's a little warmer in here now than it was. So starting from 36 to 4,500, you're looking at roughly 12 minutes. So add that to the original time, and that should be fairly representative. Again, I did, let me take a picture of this setup here. So I did move it to the floor, put it on carpet, then I didn't have to micromanagement any movement. It stayed exactly where it was. And I just wanted to do that because I thought that would be a solution for the movement, and it was. So there's the new setup for the 4,500 PSI fill. Anyway, there's no way I can do this with my single stage pumps. Just to go to 3,600 would take me a couple of sessions at 15 minutes apiece. So it's not very good on those compressors. This one is designed to do this. In a cooler location, it would work better. I know I keep reiterating that, but for anybody that's new, that's just the way it works. Cooler air is denser than warm air. So all of your time variables on a cool day are going to be better than on a hot day, no matter what you're filling up, no matter what kind of compressor, whether it's the one in your garage or one of these. Anyway, appreciate everybody. I'm going to throw a video up over here you might like. YouTube's going to throw one down here you might like. I'll catch you in one of those, or I'll catch you down the road.